Hello and welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I have a mini journal here that I'm about to put in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. And everything in here is authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera. Every page is an antique or vintage page. And all of the inserts are also authentic. I don't use any commercial products or digitals in my work. Just gives you the real historic feel. I've added some vintage beads here to match this beautiful peach book cover that was originally called Kim, and that's a Rudyard Kipling book. And on the front here, I have put this very sweet antique postcard. It is lovely. It's got a slight embossing, some gold around the back. It says "Sincerest Greetings." And this little beauty is from 1910. Isn't that something? It's just lovely. I just love it so much. And I've used vintage or antique photo corners that I got a package of. I'm really excited about that too. Oh, and there's also this removable vintage pin here. And that's just pinned right into the cover. And I've got some vintage crochet around some of the pages. Let's take a little look inside. So this book is from 1939. And it's only 3 signatures, this one, so it's very inexpensive, probably around $50 US, and that includes shipping. So let's take a little look here. This is a beautiful page from the 1920s. This is from the 1950s, 1930s children's book page pocket here, an antique book page here from the early 1900s. Fun little clusters throughout. And I really love these colorful children's book pages. They just bring so much color to my journals, which are always sort of neutral tone because antique paper is neutral. So to get colored paper in a 100-year-old book was quite a big deal. Even just to have this green around the edges here. It's a lovely little poem here that you can journal in the back of. And a 1937 book page here from my book house. Isn't that pretty trim there? A little bit of a spine here and here. And this is from the 1850s, this history book page. And that's a crusade picture there. And to have color in the 1800s like this, and I wouldn't be surprised if these were hand painted or stamped. They were probably hand stamped, but definitely done by hand. Very cool. And some vintage school book paper here. Oh, I just love this so much. And this is from the 1800s. He's got these little beavers here on the log over the creek. More of that 1925. This is furniture for a dollhouse. And this is the original 1957 cover of the Theatre World magazine. Fabulous. And this is a wonderful full color image here from a 1930s, or 20s, sorry, children's book page, and I added some antique paper to both sides there so you could journal on it. But I just love the full colors, bright for 100 years old. And this is from 1937. And if you want me to change out the date, if you're the purchaser of the journal, just let me know when you check out or message me in Etsy. September 37. And then down here I have a beautiful vintage stamp from Monaco. Isn't that great? From 1964. And this is another antique book page, a camper's lantern. This is from 1951. This is a yearbook page. Look at the fashions and the hairdos there. I love it. And I pulled this book title here, The Happy Time, which I think is so much fun. Let me just flip that. It doesn't want to go back in. There we go. And this is a 1930s bird book plate. Lovely sandpipers. There's another one of those how to make pages. That's that camper's lantern. And this fun sweetheart pocket here. Look at this beautiful little bunny, mom and baby bunny. Raggy Lug. The Story of Cottontail Rabbit. I love that. Look at these images. They're so great. So that's a really fun piece there. And then this is a postcard back here. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. And that is also from the early 1900s. Isn't that cool? I think that's German. And what have we got? Oh, this is another antique book page. Just with some really cool buildings from where I'm from. And then look at this is fabulous. This is from the 1800s, but this is an advertisement for wallpaper. Look at that. I should have kept this one. That is pretty spectacular. And then I just put some antique paper on the back to make it sturdy because it was brittle, because it's so old, 130 years old. And yep, there's a nice little plate from an antique book. And this is the rest of that theater arts book. And a doily making book here from the 50s. And this is from 1886. And that is so cool that it's hand typed. And that's from a follow-up of a news article. Little window box journaling spot there. Look at these little sweeties from this antique children's book. Actually, that one is vintage. Sorry, that is from the 40s, 30s or 40s. Still vintage. Antique paper here. I made the flowers out of antique book pages. This is from the early 1900s here. I love these portraits. This is from my book house from 37. And another, oh, look at the little, sorry, I'm out of camera there. Look at the little kids sleeping there. Very, very sweet. And that brings us to the end. So, hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you'll visit soon and come again.